Have you ever been a victim of reverse psychology in relationships? Want to learn how to use reverse psychology on women and give them a dose of their own medicine? If you answered yes to either question, then you'll love what you're about to learn in this video. It always sucks when you're a victim of reverse psychology. Women can emotionally blackmail you. They can also make you feel like you're guilty of something you're really not. And sometimes, they can even force you to do things against your will. It's a pain in the neck, for sure. And yet you must know that reverse psychology will always be a part of relationships. To not know about it, or worse, deny it, means a long, difficult, and frustrating love life for you. Meanwhile, if you know how to use reverse psychology on women, things change, fast. Picture this. Your relationships with women will always be pleasant and easygoing. They'll always respect you and your authority. And when they try to use reverse psychology on you, you can effortlessly swat away the attempt. And you know what? They'll respect you even more because of it. That's what you get when you know how to use reverse psychology on women. It's a huge difference. And the first step to learning how to use reverse psychology is to look at the masters of its use, women. Now, before we dive into the wonderful world of reverse psychology, do take a moment to like this video. After you click the like button below, I'll show you why women are the masters of reverse psychology. You'll also learn that by knowing how and why they use it on the men in their lives, you'll learn how to use it against them. Do you feel it's time they got a dose of their own medicine? Sure you do. So go ahead, click like right now, and let's prepare for battle. Done? Awesome. So here's how women use reverse psychology in relationships and why. These secrets were revealed to me by Derek Rake, the mind control attraction coach from San Diego. He also happens to be my friend and mentor, and he taught me everything I teach you guys in my videos. Anyway, here's the big secret he told me about women, that women actually don't know about reverse psychology. Or at least, they don't know about it consciously. Instead, it's simply their default mode when they're with a man they're attracted to. It's their instinctive, Mother Nature intended way to test him if he's for real. I remember one of my clients who told me a classic example of reverse psychology. He told me that he's had 3 girlfriends so far, and they all gave him the same test at some point. The test went this way. They made him choose between her and his work. For instance, in university, his girlfriend then would tell him, "I want to watch a movie." Then he'd say, "But I need to study for an exam tomorrow." And then she'd say, "Well, you got to choose what's more important then." Sounds familiar? Obviously, he ended up watching a movie with her, thinking it would make her happy, and yet she broke up with him before the semester ended. Pretty crazy, huh? His next girlfriend gave him the same test. She made him choose between spending the weekend with her or at an important convention. He chose her, and then she broke up with him later on. It's utterly confusing, but only if you don't know what's going on. What most guys don't know is that women almost never tell you directly what they want. If she wants you to ask her out, or invite her home, etc., she won't tell you directly. Instead, she'll use reverse psychology. She'll challenge you, she'll give you tough choices, and she'll make you feel guilty if you do something she dislikes. And it's all in an effort to make you do what they want without telling you directly. Now, you may be wondering, so why don't they just tell us what they want? It's all society's fault, actually. Modern society tends to disapprove of women who make the first move in the dating game. You know how it is, right? When a guy approaches women to pick them up, people call him smooth or a ladies' man. And yet when a woman approaches men to do the same, she's slutty. That's the problem. Once people start calling a woman slutty, her chances of finding a good man go way down. That's something most women want to avoid at all costs, and so they use reverse psychology, trying to get what they want from men without making the first move. And yet that's not the worst problem. Even if you end up doing what she wants all the time, she'll actually end up hating you. Yup, you heard that right. She might love it in the short term. In the long run, though, she'll feel so bored and disgusted that she'll leave you. If you don't give up and leave her first, that is. Do you find any of this mind-blowing? If you do, then it's no surprise. Most men don't know about this hidden world of reverse psychology. And here's the kicker. Most women don't know about this hidden world either. It's all subconscious to them, like it's their default mode. They can't help it, and so we can't hold it against them. That's why it's a mistake to think that women are crazy, or cruel, or evil by nature. That kind of thinking will just lead to more frustration and confusion for you, so avoid it at all costs. And instead, you should give women a dose of their own medicine. Why? It's because, guess what? That's exactly what they want from you. They might not know it, but they actually want you to beat them at their own game. They want you to dominate them mentally and intellectually. They don't know it, but it's every healthy woman's greatest need, to be dominated by a strong, mentally fit man who loves them. It's the only state where a woman feels truly happy. And I'm about to show how you, too, can be that kind of strong, dominant man. I'm about to show you a concept that Derek Rake and I call converse psychology. And not only will it defend you from reverse psychology, but it's also your main weapon to mentally dominate her. We'll get to that in just a moment. For now, if you learned something new and valuable in this video so far, then do click subscribe below. After you subscribe to this channel, I'll introduce you to converse psychology. You'll quickly see that with it, reverse psychology can never be used against you. Ready to learn about it? Then click subscribe right now and let's get started. Go ahead. Have you subscribed yet? Great. So here's how converse psychology works. It has two parts, the mindset and the mechanics. The converse psychology mindset is your default mode of thinking. It's based on the assumption that women always use reverse psychology on you. Yup, always. No exceptions. When you're interacting with a woman, you always assume she's trying to make you do something she wants. Secondly, the converse psychology mechanics comprise your default mode of acting. Your first impulse is to resist giving in to a woman's scheming. Instead, you do what you want, and she can go with you or leave you. Let me illustrate how converse psychology works with an example. Let's say a woman is dating two guys. She wants one of them to take her out for the weekend, so she asks the first guy. As it turns out, guy number one is busy. He's working on a project at home. He invites her to spend the weekend at his place, which she doesn't want to do. So she uses reverse psychology on him. She says, "Look, if you're always so busy, maybe we should just stop seeing each other." Now, guy number one is savvy. He knows what she's trying to do, and so he uses converse psychology and tells her, "You're probably right. Too bad. In any case, we could always be friends. I'll see you next week, maybe." Meanwhile, she also contacts guy number two, and he immediately drops everything he's doing. He says he's totally available and will take her anywhere she wants. Now here's the question. Who do you think the woman will be more attracted to? Without a doubt, she'll like guy number one more. Sure, she might end up going out with guy number two for the weekend, and yet she'll always feel more attracted to the first guy because he's the stronger and more dominant one, and he's not a pushover like the second guy. And what usually happens is that she'll eventually put guy number two in the friend zone while she hooks up with guy number one. And she later finds out she's not alone. There are many other women who are vying for guy number one's attention and affection. So what do you think? Would you rather be like guy number one or guy number two? If you'd rather be the guy who doesn't get swayed by reverse psychology, then you know what to do. Converse psychology is your first line of defense. Try it out. You'll be amazed at how much more attractive you become to the ladies. Now, you might be thinking, that's awesome, Fredo. Is there anything else I can use against reverse psychology? Well, there is another thing. Converse psychology is like the cure for reverse psychology. It's best used when you're already being assaulted by it. At the same time, prevention is better than cure. It's so much better to make women come clean, not use reverse psychology, and communicate directly. This technique is called fractionation. It's a storytelling technique that steadily makes a woman feel more and more addicted to you. And the formula is simple. The more addicted she is to you, the less she'll do anything to risk losing you. And that includes playing her mind games, reverse psychology included. So if you want to learn how to prevent reverse psychology as well as cure it, then pay close attention. In just a moment, a link will pop up inside this video. That link will take you to a special online masterclass on mind control. There, Derek Rake himself will teach you all you need to know about fractionation. You'll learn what it is, how it works, and, most importantly, how to start using it today. Remember, reverse psychology will always be a part of all male-female relationships. My advice? Learn to give women a dose of their own medicine. After all, it's what they want the most from you. Seriously. So go ahead, click the link and join Derek's online masterclass now. Do it.